Well, Jess and I are really enjoying the show today, but you know what would make it just a little bit better? Live music. For sure. We are excited to have singer Ashley Paul joining us.
Yes, Ashley's new single, Love Light Me Up, is sure to be another dance floor hit. Ashley, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So tell us, how did you start your music career?
Wow. Okay, so I started in theater when I was like 6 years old, and I was in a touring show. I did some musical theater, traditional songs, and then I got into disco. I was like the only 9-year-old in the show who was in disco pants. And
I love that photo of that right now.
I'll send you.
Okay.
So so then my parents were wonderful, and we moved to New York City when I was around 10 to sort of take my career to the next level. I did off-Broadway, cabaret. Then I was discovered by a wonderful producer, Joel Diamond, who took me into the studio and handed me this incredible song called When Boys Cry, which was on the Billboard charts in 1987, 88. And then, it was like a blur just from then.
You've had a very long and healthy career. I love it.
Thank you.
A new single that just came out just over a week ago,
Yes.
Love Light Me Up. So the style I'm kind of fascinated with because it's big band house.
Yes.
What is that exactly?
So when we got together to write this song, we wanted to do something really different. And we were thinking of influences like Tom Jones, Elvis, people who just had full orchestras behind them, when they wrote. But then you want to make it current. So I was thinking of Erasure. And I was like, Erasure, Tom Jones, Erasure. I was like, oh my God, let's mix it together. And so we started out with that idea of strings, and I was even thinking of Lawrence Welk, that.
I love Lawrence Welk.
So it's just like, and I was like, big band, but percussion, like house music. So that's where I came up with this idea, big band house. And I was like, this is so nostalgic, but it feels current at the same time, So that's where Love Light Me Up came from. But actually, when I first heard the finished product of the dance track with the big band house percussion underneath it, it made me feel illuminated. That would be the vocabulary word, that illuminated.
Illuminated.
I felt illuminated. Like
Wow,
it's just, I
yes.
saw little lights going off, and I just felt like an illumination inside of me, And I said, okay, so I got together with the team, and I said, let's write lyrics. Let's think of how we would feel if we were illuminated by love. It not necessarily love with a partner, but love of your passion, whatever, love of anybody who guides you. Just love it. Love, it lights you up. It fills you up, and so. That's sort of how the song came, And then some of it is there's a little romance in it. It's a mixture of a lot of different things.
And there's also a theme of destiny, right?
Yes.
So do you believe in destiny? What's your tie to that?
I do. I really believe in destiny. I believe that destiny is this beautiful painting or this beautiful ice cream sundae waiting for us at the end of the journey. And we take all these little steps that light up along the way to get there. And it's free will, but we think it's free will. Maybe we're being pushed in one direction, pushed in another, by a higher power. And it ultimately, you get where you're supposed to be.
I love that
I
thought.
think that's what it is.
Yes.
You are such a beautiful artist just to even have on the couch, but
Thank
now
you.
We get the privilege of having you step onto our stage. What are you going to play for us?
Okay, today I'm going to sing my new track, Love Light Me Up. Illuminate me.
Oh, I love it.
All right, we're going to hear from her right now. Here we go.
Dreaming this feeling, don't know it's the real thing. Like I've known you for lifetimes, you'll start to regrets just reflections. So I'm living my truth now. Gonna fly through the roof now. So make sensation, deeper vibration. I've been so patient, but now something inside, a diamond surprise, feeling so right now. Love, light me up, illuminate, love never stop. Just light me up, light me up. Don't light me up, don't ever stop. Don't light me up, don't light me up, don't ever stop. Don't light me up. Come out of the darkness, baby. Find out where my heart is. Eyes above, eyes above. Light me up, baby. Light me up. Don't light me up, don't ever stop. Don't light me up, don't light me up, don't ever stop. Don't light me up, light me up, light me up.
Yes! Amazing!
Oh, that was amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Woohoo. So to connect with Ashley, follow her on all social platforms. You can also visit her website, dawnmusic.com.